interesting discussion where we are calling it anti-socially social. But basically the discussion is around technology. Are you addicted to it? Are you not? What are the benefits of it? What are the nots? Let's call it that, because, you know, we have poetic license and whatnot. So to help us have this conversation, we have Sheila Kombox.
Good,
it's nice to see you at night.
I know, right?
Welcome. Thank you. I'll introduce the gentleman later. I'm a gentleman myself. Ella, welcome so much.
Thank you so much.
Karibu
Thank
sana.
you for having me.
Thank you. And Amadou.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Welcome. For those of you who don't know, Amadou is also a very good cook. He's free marketing. All right, so I guess we'll just kick it off from there. Most people these days have taken to social media to live. One, of course, there's the fake side of social media, but people are just addicted to it. So if I wake up today and I don't find more than X number of likes, I end up having a bad day. Yeah, let's start from there. Sheila.
Of course, the addiction on digital right now is we're just discovering it. Social media has been there less than 10 years. So my Facebook has been there longer than 10 years. What is this?
Yes.
So, but basically, we're slowly getting to start to see the negative aspects of digital, because now the pressure when you wake up in the morning, that person you are with in campus, your classmate, your desk mate, your neighbor, is posting how they're blessed. You know,
Which
hashtag
side?
blessed.
Which side?
It doesn't matter.
Blessed
Whatever.
money or blessed way
everything.
down.
Everything.
I feel blessed.
And you personally, you're feeling, man, I don't have a job, things ain't going right. So already that creates pressure. You need to start asking what points or what pressure points a digital has for you. Because for me, I know there are some people who just piss me off. As soon as I see their accounts in the morning, I'm just like, so I ignore that. I think it's important to also have that aspect when you are approaching digital.
But Ahmed, what about fake it till you make it?
Well, the problem with the philosophy of faking it till you make it is sometimes you end up believing the lies that you tell yourself. So to bounce off what you were saying, I think a lot of people need to learn self-confidence. Like, I was looking at how, you know, every single person who came, they made their own move, right? So if you're not confident enough to try to make your own way, you try to look at other people, what they're doing, and then you compare yourself. I think it's a very unhealthy mindset to live in a world where you're constantly trying to be like someone else. Yeah, exactly.
You know, there's this Bow Wow thing that we talked about, the Bow Wow challenge, where people are faking it on social media. And I feel a lot of people are doing that. Like, people only show you the best things. I keep telling people, social media is a frozen moment, honey, don't buy into the hype. And people are buying into their own hype. I mean, like, there's people who've actually committed suicide because my picture wasn't liked enough. Do you actually know it is an addiction that is growing, especially with young people? So
I think there's also
slay queens.
Slay queens and all that.
What's the male version of a slay queen?
Slay king.
Oh.
But, but you know, to be honest, when it comes to digital, for real, if you're only popping on digital, you're a slay king.
Have you ever seen someone on social media that is a slay queen and then without the filter? You know, some people should carry their filters with them.
Yeah, I know.
You can't recognize this person. You just see them on social media. Bila filter, I'm a chapper too.
But there are positives of digital. There are positives of digital. There's a lot of people in here right now who wouldn't have known about this show if it wasn't for social media. I mean, there's a lot of improvement in terms of how people want to live their life, in terms of aspirations. Right now, you're literally in touch with the person. When you used to talk about mentorship or someone you look up to, Bill Gates was like impossible even to reach, but right now you just need to follow the President of America and tweet at him using hashtag
Nambia.
F off, you know, so and Nambia, you know. So it is, anything is possible right now, and digital is sort of closing that gap. So there are positives and negatives.
So I'll ask you, when do you know that, okay, when should we worry that, okay, now this is getting out of hand, now I am addicted? Is it when you simply can't put your phone down? You know, for men, when they don't put their phone down, that's a whole different story. But when do you know that, you know, you are actually addicted?
Well, I think the people around you actually show you when you're addicted, because when you end up being in a social setting and you can't make friends, or all your friends are only on social media, and when you're sick, no one actually shows up, that's just a result of the way you behave with other people. And then there's also this thing of believing that every single filter or every single persona that you create that you can actually sustain that personality, because the phones have become now like our vehicles. Like, for example, someone like me who has an online business, the same way someone drives into a restaurant, when they use their phone, they drive into my business, right? So it's the same way that when you create this profile and you create this profile and you create this profile, it's a reflection of your thinking. So you have a psychological problem that makes you feel like it's true.
So you're mad.
Well, not mad,
okay,
but you actually need to look in the mirror and realize that there's something wrong.
Okay.
Because these personas, you have to maintain them, you have to continue entertaining the relationships you've built, and then those people will say, oh, let's meet up. And then you have to create this persona who you created virtually in the reality. So I think that's where the danger comes in.
And yeah.
I think you actually know that you have a problem when basically your life on social media is much better than your real life, and you find yourself working to impress people. If your social media presence is more important to you than actually your real life,
right,
you have a problem.
That is.
I think honestly, one of the things that I feel people use social media badly is, and usually I feel like this is a tip that all of you could use. Don't shine more than real life on your digital. For real. Let me tell you, if you're using your digital to look for maybe, I don't know, a boyfriend or a girlfriend, yeah? Tip.
Or a sponsor?
Not forget sponsors. Me, use categories of bad. We mean I two boyfriend, girlfriend.
Okay.
You don't make yourself look hotter than you look in person. Give yourself some leeway. So if the person is attracted to you, then when they meet you, they're like, damn, you're actually hot in person. Trust me, this works for me all the time. Trust me. Look at my digital and then look at me. I'm telling you, I get it all the time. All the time.
Ella, do you agree?
I do agree.
Yeah?
I actually, by the way, digital, I'm sorry, you will never see pictures of my money, my lifestyle, and oversharing. By the way, oversharing is dangerous. This is how people get robbed. President hataki kutuambia viatu ni how much, kwa sababu atagogongea nje. People are oversharing on social media. Do not put your life in danger. Remember that everyone who's actually looking, half of them are just looking to see you fail. We're waiting. So just know that the love is not real. Just because someone liked or loved your picture, the love is not real. Get real love from people like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I may add, Willis, I think especially those who follow people like you, for example, or you guys who all have great talents, like you're amazing. I saw you dancing. Each and every one of you can be like an influencer, right? So think about it this way. The world in which we live in, we are products for 2-3 people, right? Mark Zuckerberg, Larry Page, etc. If you post something on Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp, your data is stored on their server, right? So think about it this way. They make money off of knowing what you consume and what you do, and then selling it to an advertiser. The same way, when you spend your whole day online following someone, every single time you follow them, it increases their market value to get money from sponsors. Every single time you share their video, it increases their ability to go and raise money. So why don't you invest that in yourself, so that the content or the time you spend on that phone, you create your own following? There's 2 types of people online. There are experts, there are enthusiasts. Enthusiasts share everything, because they just share everything. Experts take time to build content and then share it. An enthusiast can have 50 million followers. An expert maybe has 100, but those 100 pay him the value that the 50 million paid to the other. Find out where you're an expert. If you need to make your tutorials of your dance moves, teach someone who doesn't know how to dance how to dance. I think that's the value of social media.
But what do we do when we see people online who are experts at, like Ella said, sponsors, experts at long trips you can't explain? What we do when that is in our face every day?
I think then you need to start questioning yourself, because let's be honest. These individuals opened their own personal accounts. You went out of your way to find this account, and you went the extra step of following. So if the content that is on that page is irritating you or is making you feel like you need to judge them, maybe you need to judge yourself and unfollow them. As simple as that. They're living their life. However they're paying their bills or doing that is their life. And if you've selected, you either choose to watch these pages as entertainment, or as a learning, as you said, they are professionals, experts, or you're just there to hate. Whatever it is, embrace what it is that you're doing there. Stop hating on these people. Let them live their lives.
Yes. And you know one thing about it is this person has made themselves such a big brand, maybe across the world, maybe across Africa.
Okay.
You're just watching them grow. As he said, you're creating market value. So put this energy in yourself. For me, I'm thinking, if you're actually going to follow someone like that, you find a way to live your life like that. Do not be on the comment section hating. No one cares.
And what do you, now you mentioned something about in the comment section hating, and like you said, there are people who committed suicide, the guys who take those comments so seriously. Like if somebody posts a picture and they hate on, I don't know, your eyebrow game, or maybe you are dancing or twerking, like kitu inakambaya huko, you know, and all these things. It goes so personal to some of the people, and they get hurt, and even some go into depression or want to go out of the way, buy things they can't afford and stuff like that. What do we do? What will you advise to them?
So I think it comes back to that self-confidence, right? We didn't get where we are in life by asking permission. You know, always asking permission. Can I do this? Can I be this? Can I dream this? It doesn't work because the world generally, people always tell you what you can't do. People don't always encourage you to what you're capable of doing. Any person you see who is looking for affirmation from a social media picture that they've posted is someone who lacks self-confidence. Now, self-confidence has two definitions. It's going towards what you want and going away from what you don't want. And I have to tell you on this, when you start, all you need is one success in life. You make one major success, one major goal that you achieve. It's finished. No one can ever bully you ever again. Because the bullying that you'll go through for you to achieve that major dream of yours will build you up so that when you get hate, when you get comments and things like that, you can stand up and fight back. So someone who wakes up in the morning and says, oh, because yesterday I posted something I didn't get, it's because you don't know your real value. And you're letting other people judge your value according to their knowledge, which in many cases are limited compared to your potential. So you need to believe in yourself, and you need to live outside that confidence, and then it will be reflected in everything else you do.
I think also we need to address the fact that when it comes to digital, most of the people who are commenting on your comment section are strangers. These are people who don't know you. These are people who, to be honest, if the landlord came to your door the next morning and asked you to leave, these are not the people you're going to be like, yo, you know, but these people feel the need. They feel the confidence to tell you all sorts of nonsense about, you know, how you are. Maybe your bros are not on fleek. Your breath is smelling. I'm like, dude, it's a video. How do you know my breath is not smelling? So people will say anything, but at the end of the day, you know who you are.
Right.
Some stranger, even if you meet a stranger on the street and he insults you something that is so heavy, will you take it personally? But if someone who knows you says the same words, those will affect you. So you need to approach social media like that. There's so many crazy people out there whose sole purpose in life is just to find weaklings, weak spots in people, and to really push that weak spot.
They themselves feel
something I want to say is, if you're going to be on social media, you're going to put your life out there. Number one, have tough skin. Because there's always going to be a hater. And by the way, those haters are your propellers. They're your biggest fans. Those guys are on your page every morning. Realize that the problem is not you, it's them. And also, like for everyone here, because all of us have been guilty of it, don't hate. Let's learn to appreciate each other. Let's grow businesses. Let's do something positive using social media. That's what I'm thinking.
All right. So of course we'll take final thoughts, but before that, there are some interesting comments on social media. Serek Cyrus says social media is important for those who take it positive and use it for their own benefit. Then Washigadi or Edward Omwasa says kuna dem flani anatwork, but she is antisocial. How is she reaching our audience? And then also there is someone who says there's addiction in social media, but it's also a great platform for connection. And then Michael Mayanda says the panel is absolutely wonderful. Now, we've talked a lot about the cons. How maybe even as we take the final thoughts, how can somebody use social media positively? And I'll start with you, Ella, to come.
Social media is a great platform to have businesses because number one, there's a lot of people who just don't have the time, and let's just be practical here. A lot of physical businesses and physical businesses spaces are going to disappear as we get more on the digital platform. I'm shopping internationally now. It's so easy. We have access to so much. So use social media for what it is. It gives you access to everything you absolutely need. Everything else is a sideshow. Let's be serious about where we're going.
All right.
So you've tasted our food, right?
Yeah, Chico ribs.
Yeah, the Chico's ribs, right? Yeah. So imagine when we created Chico's barbecue.
And because it's a night, you can say warm wine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
So think about it. When we created this restaurant, people told us that you cannot succeed because restaurants are always physical. Like people want to go to a physical restaurant. We said no, we're going to succeed because we want to create an intimate relationship with a community of people who love food and love the food we make. And so that's how we've been growing, is people refer others through social media. And imagine, Instagram is such a driver of business. If you don't sell, you don't tell people buy, buy, buy. Make them feel the experience. Talk to them about what you're doing and what culture you're creating. So every single individual here is a brand in themselves. Sell your brand in a positive way. Know who you are and promote your value to the people who want to associate with you. And those people are going to buy your product, they're going to buy your t-shirts, they're going to buy your book, they're going to buy your lessons or whatever it is, and you can be able to impact more people. It's a platform that enables you to reach billions of people across the world. I think you should use it for your own benefit.
In terms of changing the world, it is undeniable that Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, High Five, MySpace, take it back. Yeah, MySpace revolutionized music. Tinder has revolutionized how people date. People are changing the world. The President of America, before he says, he actually thinks about what he wants to say. He tweets it.
Right.
I feel like I'm going to be short for saying things like
the spelling notwithstanding.
Yeah, no spelling notwithstanding. Albeit terrible spelling. But you know what? At the end of the day, you need to know why it is you're getting on digital. Because it is just the same way there's TV, there is someone who's watching, and there's someone inside the TV. You need to choose. There are some people who use digital as form of entertainment. Ukimaliza wax mzeya, unaingia ma Instagrams, unabuy bundles, mazi unaangalia kenye kila mtu alikuwa anadu. Yo umebambika, umechoka. But there's someone like him who's using it to sell his restaurant. There's someone like Trump who's using it to sell America piece by piece. And there's someone like Felicia Buru who's using it to reach all this wonderful youth and tell them to come to Tenerife.
All right, I'd like to say thank you guys so much. I guess the take home is that, at the end of the day, when you're on that space, you decide what to see, you decide how to use it, you're a brand, and at the end of the day, don't hate, appreciate as you participate. Hey, I mean to drop me anyway. Calligraph Jones. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming and making time
for having us.
Well, now, up next, we want to introduce another artist. Thank you, sir. Who is making waves? Apparently, there's a new wave of songs. So there's Jiggy Jiggy. No, wait.
I feel like you hyped it.
And then there is also now Diggy Diggy. Yeah. So I want you guys to make some 10 over 10 noise at the top of your lungs until the neighbors hear us for the one and the only Arrobo.